I'm Stephen Sharples, the artist, and I hope that this short explanation will help you to enjoy looking at the work. This work is a triptych, 3 separate paintings but linked by a theme. They show the transition from the horrors of the First World War to the peace we have today, 100 years later. The right-hand panel, War. The sky is grey with the smoke of war, as are the figures. We see in the first image 2 soldiers who have left the trench. They are walking out of the picture to show that they are facing an uncertain future, life or death. Below them is the nurse. She represents the role of women in the First World War and the fact that Nissen huts were used as hospitals. She stands in a field of poppies. Poppies are the first flowers to bloom in the earth which has been disturbed by the shelling and destruction. The centre panel, the soldier. The centre image is the main figure of the triptych, a ghostly single face looking straight out at us. He represents all the soldiers who used the Nissen huts during the war. In the background are vignettes of buildings in the museum. The central panel is plain, but the sky starts to become less grey. The left-hand panel, Peace. In the blue sky, the dove of peace flies. Below are members of the buildings team who constructed the hut. In the background we have more buildings of the museum today. There are people enjoying the good weather. A boy runs with a hoop across the village green. We are also reminded of the sacrifice made by the young men and women in the war by the memorial in the window with poppy wreaths. The frame. The frame ties the 3 images together. The first image is enclosed by the barbed wire representing war. Across the bottom, autumn leaves and ivy link the centre and left-hand panels. Continuing along the bottom of the frame is a representation of the lilies by Monet, then passing through Van Gogh to other garden paintings inspired by artists I admire, and up into the garland of flowers. Along the top we have flowers of remembrance from different countries. The blue cornflower for France, the red carnation for Russia, the yellow marigold for the Indian subcontinent, and the white Gallipoli roses and rosemary for Australia. Finally, in the centre, we are reminded to give thanks for their sacrifice, lest we forget. The bottom plaque has the dedication, which reads, "Building the Bow Hut, in remembrance of those from all countries who died in the Great War, dedicated to the memory of Pierre Auguste Henri Trichet, who died from wounds on the 10th of October 1914 at Amiens, France. Painted during lockdown, January to June 2021 by Stephen Sharples, Co-Am volunteer."